Hello children. Today we are going to study about areas related to circles. Chapter 12 of your NCERT textbook. Areas related to circles. We all know what is a circle. Let this be a circle with center O. And we also know that OA is the radius of the circle. OA, it is denoted by small r. Radius of the circle is denoted by small r. And PQ. PQ here is nothing but the diameter of the circle. We also know the relation between the radius and the diameter of the circle. That is, diameter is equals to 2 times of radius. Diameter is equals to 2 times of radius. We also know that this CD is a chord. Chord, the line segment which touches 2 points on the circumference of the circle, is called as the chord of the circle, and here CD is the chord of this circle with the center O. And we also know that diameter is the longest chord of the circle. Now we know the circle, radius, diameter, and chord. Now, how do we find the area of this circle? Area of the circle. The formula of this area of the circle is pi r square. The formula for finding out the area of this circle is pi r square. So now, area of the circle in terms of diameter. We already know that radius is half of the diameter, or else diameter is twice of the radius. Just substitute that here. So pi in place of r, just write down d by 2. D by 2 whole square. So we'll get the radius of the area of the circle as pi into d square by 4. Or we can also write it as pi by 4 into d square. Here area of the circle in terms of diameter is pi by 4 into d square. Area of the circle in terms of radius is pi r square. In the same way, perimeter of the circle. The perimeter of the circle is or otherwise called as the circumference of the circle. Here, for a triangle and for a square, rectangle and all, we call it as the perimeter, but for the circle, we call it as the circumference. So the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. The formula for finding out circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So 2 into pi into, again we are finding this circumference in terms of diameter. So we already know that radius is equals to half of the diameter. So we can write it as d by 2. Instead of r, write it as d by 2. 2 gets cancelled. So the circumference of the circle is pi into d. Pi d in terms of diameter, or else the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r in terms of radius. Now, till now we learnt about the area of the circle and the circumference of the circle in terms of radius and also diameter. Now, we will learn about the segments and sectors of the circles. Segment and sectors of the circle. Suppose this is the circle. Circle with center O. And here OA is one of the radius and OB is one of the radius. Now the area covered by this AOB, that is 2 radii and 1 arc AB. This is called as the sector of the circle. This is called as the sector of the circle. And here the angle in this sector is theta. The angle in this sector is theta. As this is the smaller sector, it is otherwise called as a minor sector. This is the minor sector. And the sector, the other part of the circle, it is called as the major sector. It is called major sector. Fine, children. Now it's okay. This is called as the minor sector and this is called as the major sector. So how are we going to find out the areas of these sectors? So the formula for finding out the areas of these sectors are theta by 360 into pi r square. Why is it theta by 360? As the angle here is theta and it is from the whole circle. The angle of the entire circle, whole circle is 360 degrees. So it's only a part of this whole circle. This sector is only a part of this whole circle. That's why we take it as theta. Theta by 360 into area of the circle was pi r square into pi r square. This is the area of the sector. Through this formula, we will find out the area of the sector. And what about this area now? So you can write it as area of the major sector. There is no theta here, but still you can write it as the whole theta. The angle is 360. So 360 minus of this theta by 360 again into pi r square. So the area of the remaining sector is 360 minus theta by 360 into pi r square. Now we learnt about the sectors. So what about the segments? This is the circle. Suppose this is the circle with center O. And we know that AB is the chord of the circle. AB is the chord of the circle. Now the patch or the area covered by A, B, C. This is called as the segment. This is called as the segment of this circle with center O. A, B, C is called as the minor segment. It is called as a minor segment. And A, DB, the whole thing, the ADB, this is called as the major segment. This is called as the major segment. Okay, children, what we learned is what is sector, the area of the sector, also what is segment, major segment and minor segment. Minor sector, major sector. Okay, children, you will have sums related to these segments and sectors. Okay, thank you.